My daughter actually has that one. That's the karaoke microphone, isn't it?
Yes. My kids absolutely do not love it when I sing, but I got us all one for Christmas. So, Hiram.
You might have to sing us a song. No.
Want me to? Yes!
That's where you're supposed to lip sync right there.
And actually, yeah, that might. I love it. You know, hey, so you know, they were talking about how what do you do? Somebody said something about what do you do when you get nervous, or you know, before you have to go on stage, or before you talk, and it was good feedback. You know, somebody was talking about, you know, he even takes a shower and changes his clothes if he has to, or listening to their favorite comedian for 10 minutes, or whatever the case may be. So I was joking around with my kids, and I told them that's what I do. I sing right before.
And I will say that's a powerful piece, because there's one point in there, right? And this is I will say towards Brian. I'm not saying this towards him. I'm saying this towards Brian. Brian's thing could be singing. There's no requirement that you have to be good at it, right? That's the part we add into it, right? We always say, but you're not. Nobody asks about whether you're good or not. His thing is singing. Whether or not, you know, the dogs start running in circles and the squirrels run the other way, that's neither here nor there. But for your mental health, if you got to go ahead and hit that high note, look, you can always get more more plates and windows can be replaced. That's fine.
DP, you must have found my stash of audition tapes. So
Yes.
we'll capture that pretty good
all the time. Yes.
Here's your trivia.
I tell my kids.
Here's your little trivia.
I was trying out for American Idol.
Well, we're not gonna try it today. Does anyone want to take a guess who this might be? I know who it is. He was jamming with you. That's the only clue you get.
Yeah.
T.
No, that's Aaron.
No.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. That's
Yeah.
right. Aaron.
No
That's
dancing.
right. That's right.
Lisa has responded and said, Mama Bear has said, no dancing for Beloff, the way his shoulders are set up right now. We don't want to, incite that.
Yeah, I need to give it a rest a little bit here. Make sure I don't overextend myself.
But yeah, but that's a good point.
Cry.
When you sing?
They cry now. They almost cry when I sing. When they see me get this microphone, they will put the pillows over their head and beg me not to sing. Like, almost like in tears, beg me not to sing.
I don't know if that, I'm gonna say that may not be, what did Lisa say? I'm still in therapy from that. So there's a point there, right? So Lisa's saying that she's still in therapy from your, American Idol auditions, but there's a key point there, right? Which is anything that you can do for your mental health to kind of cope with life or whatever, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. This is where Amy failed. Try it, do it. Go to your car, scream, do what you must, as long as you're not hurting anyone around you. However, if you're going to hit a high note, we're disabled veterans, and the last thing you need to do is exacerbate somebody's tinnitus. You know what I mean? It's just not fair. You know what I mean? You have to be realistic here. It's bad enough to have ringing in the ears, and then here comes Beloff and hits that high note. Now we go from ringing to just outright mortifier having it in your ear. So.
Well, I told DP, Brian, I said, I think we should do like a veteran idol. And that was
there you go.
Secretly because I just want to fulfill my dreams.
So I'm gonna challenge that real quick, and I'm gonna say I don't know if it's so much that you want to fulfill your dream. I think what you're trying to do is remember when we were in the military, and again, this might not apply to some branches. I'll just put it that way. But you had running groups, right? And you had A team, A group, B group, C group, D group. Depending on whatever your run times were, you'd be in different groups. The fastest of the fast would be in A group, right? Those are the guys running, the 5 minute, to 7 minute miles and whatnot. All that to say that sometimes you have people who slacked. you had A and B group runners who would slip into D group to run slower, right? Because it was a long night and they don't want to push themselves. And, you know, if you had a good NCO like Sergeant Utsi, it'd be like, you belong in B group. Get out of formation. You don't belong in D group. Stop it. You run a 5-minute mile and you want to run with a 12-minute mile or with the walkers, you don't have a profile, you're not walking. So that is the example to say, I don't know if Amy wants to really, you know, relive the American Idol thing or really just make a point to put herself around D group singers so that her C group singing, you know, is that much easier. So when we hit our notes, it's like, holy cow, she's amazing. The problem is when you get in front of Simon Cowell, he's like, your friends must really hate you because you may sound better than them, but this is horrendous.
My poor kids. They've got a break since I've had this cough. They've got a bit of a break from me. But when they opened it on Christmas and I opened mine, both of them just looked at each other and like they were not excited to have the microphones anymore. And I was like, we can do this together. This is going to be amazing. And
it's all about coming down, spending some time, sharing, having these conversations. Nothing too heavy or serious, but we always say that when we do these, events, many of you are busy and it's like, why are you doing a Friday Night Live? Don't you have something better to do? And the reality is there are some bettors right now that don't have anything better to do. They are literally alone, maybe estranged from your family. You may be by yourself, and really coming out here to try to spread positivity. It's not just saying a post, it's saying, hey, look, we'll sit here with you, right? We'll have this conversation, right? We'll talk about things and answer questions as they come up, but really it's about making a point to spend time with that one person. So even if it's one person right now who we can keep company, who gives them at least something to look forward to, I always kind of issue that challenge, which is if you enjoyed being with us here today and it's at least helped you a little bit, and maybe you didn't have anything to do, then we want to see you next time. When we come back again, I want to see you in the comment. Because literally, for those of us that deal with mental health conditions at times, that's literally what can make a difference, right? Somebody saying, hey, Brian, I want to see you next Tuesday. And for many of us who have that sense of maybe I don't care about what I am doing, but in turn, I don't want to let Brian down. That may be the difference maker for some because of the fact of accountability. And it's great to say that, but some don't have anyone to be accountable to, nor do they have the ability to ask that question. So here, the intent is to use technology and say, no, I want to hold you accountable and say, we'll be here. So I want to see you again. Right? And by saying that, that's exactly what this is. Because when I say I want to see you again, I want to see that comment. I want to see you come back and say, hey, I'm back again, showing up, right? Here's kind of one of our main folks here popping in. We got Joe Compton popping in, U.S. Navy, 83 to 03, right? I want to see you again. I'm good seeing you, Joe. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here. So it's those things that I think it's lacking in our community. And if we have the means to do this, it's all worth it to me and what it's all about. I have a family, but this military family is the only one that actually shares the mutual understanding and experiences. So thank you all for sharing and being here. Keep these Friday Night Lives going. I love them. They are very helpful to me. That statement alone is worth it. Don't care what anybody else says. But the thing is, sadly, there are 100 more of those. Hit it, Amy.
Yep. I think there's something to be said for, even if it's only helping that one person, then you help that one person. Even if you were only there for that one person, you were there for that one person. And sometimes that's why we do it. For that one person that says this is what they look forward to. As soon as the week starts, they look forward to Friday coming so that they can join us on this. And I think, when you talked about accountability, there's something to be said for that. One thing that you always do is have the roll call, right? Tell us where you're from, tell us where you served your years. And now it's just so cool to see people just automatically just start putting it. As soon as they log in, they start putting the stuff in there. And so that's cool. It goes back to that accountability piece where, the camaraderie and we're with you. I mean, you're not on the screen with us, but we're with you,
I'll bring you in. We'll bring you in. Hello.
We should do that. We should start doing that.
Bring you in the heart second. That's easy.
We need
yes.
Amy with the
Or
golden
you can-
microphone, and we call it the man on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Or the woman on the street.
But you know what I would say, what I would add to Amy's point, I think that is huge is it's that for many veterans, right? Again, we've interacted and supported veterans in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And, just knowing them and talking and interacting and sharing. And I will share and say that one of the things I've noticed is a lot of individuals leave service. And there's a period of an adjustment disorder of sorts, finding your way again. Many of us served as we were coming into adulthood. I enlisted literally a few days after my 17th birthday. So my adult formation as a human being happened in service, right? Hence the Sergeant Yutzi's of the world and others that, kind of were those role models for us. That's the path we chose. And then you leave that and you come to a world that doesn't operate the way the military operates, and we deal with the realities of life. I say that to say that for many of us, you just kind of detach from all things military. And there's there's a need and a void that remains where even if you did not like what you did in the military, what we all miss is the camaraderie. Nobody misses the 4:30 runs. Nobody misses having to deal with a-holes. Nobody misses the crap that happens because life happens, right? But people miss the camaraderie. They miss the brotherhood. They miss the sisterhood. And the fact that is taken away, we just suppress it and put it away. And over the years, that causes things where we kind of just push away all things military. So for many of us that are seeing us right now, you may recall a time where you wore or had nothing up in your house that would have said anything military, and people would have not even known you served unless they knew you, because it's a period of time that's just kind of like a push away. And then as veterans start to get older, you kind of start going back to a place where you pull out the Vietnam hat, you pull out the Gulf War hat, you pull out the OEF, right? But there's something going on there, and my thesis is this. I think we begin to kind of appreciate the service we had, but there's another underlying tone that's taking place for many of our veterans when they start to come back and pull out the old hat or go by a store and see the, I'm a veteran hat, and they put it on. For some, beyond the pride, which is definitely what's happening again, right? Rekindling that. It also can be something that is depressing because it's a reminder of who you used to be.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we were soldiers. It's a reminder that we were at one time invincible. There was a reminder that we could get up at 4:30 and we could run and we could do all the things that we talk about, but we are no longer those individuals. And that reality is one that isn't spoken, where you have that, but it becomes more a reminder of what I used to be. And you speak in past tense. And we guard ourselves because we use dark humor, right? And it's like, Brian, man, back in my day, you don't understand. And back in my day, I'll tell you what, when I used to do that, everything is always past tense. You don't live in the present anymore. So you've come to a place where you're not here. You're back in 87. You're back in 95. Some of you are back in 67. And what's happening is there's a disconnect that I think is what we're trying to do here. So my thesis in that is we have failed as a community to build on the legacy that is service. I'll say it again. Our legacy, we have lost touch with it. In the Marine Corps, once a Marine, you're always a Marine. You know the Marine Corps' birthday, and you always knock out an extra one for chesty puller. There's a rich history there. And there's something the Marine Corps has done that has to happen in other places. And I'm speaking as a Army veteran, but as a command and staff graduate of the Marine Corps University as well. But there's a fact that it's missing where we don't honor our warriors. You know what you call someone who used to be the strongest warrior in the tribe? Who used to be the one that had all the accolades and all the wounds of war? You know what you call him or her? You call them elders. What the fuck do we call our old veterans? You call them Joe. You call them the guys at the VA. You call them those broken people. You're not what you used to be. But today, Vietnam veteran, Gulf War veteran, Korean War veteran, you are an elder in our community. And as such, when I say your time of service and the years you served. It's honoring what you've done. Maybe when you got back from Vietnam, they didn't give you your flowers, and they may have said what they've said, but the reality of the matter is you are an elder in our community. And the legacy that we have to reestablish and hold means that we have to honor those that came before us. Because for all the good things I did, it was on the shoulders of Sergeant Yutzi, who gave me the example of what an E5 should have been when I came in as a snot-nosed E1. Oh, there. So
DP and Brian.
Lisa is up in there in the comment section supporting. So I am not multitasking. I am literally, the team is in the support section side of Clubhouse, where we can have different rooms. So if you're not, actually here goes. Here's a good one. Let's see. I'm thinking about starting a room called Veteran Smoke Pit. Anything goes conversation. Smoke pits where everybody gathered, talked about random stuff. Yeah, that's the room I'd like to start and run. Yep. And that can all happen under Veterans Network, which is the umbrella that we have for our, space on the app. So, these are the type of things that are available to us. So, it's going to continue to grow. And for some, it might seem like, okay, what is this about? But like Facebook, many of us didn't know what it was. Now look at us. Here we are. Same thing with YouTube. So these are new technologies that are becoming available for people that I think for sure will be beneficial and helpful for folks. So, those are some things just to kind of share and add for those who are listening.
And I would add too that this week it was so cool when we started holding the rooms. I'm not going to give it away because they're going to be doing an interview with DP, so I won't give it away who it is. But there was somebody that happened to jump into our room because they saw the Veteran Network, and it was somebody that I know I never would have imagined I would have ever been able to connect with or talk with. And he's, most people I think would know who he is, but what we didn't know is that he was a veteran, a Navy vet. And I think his story when he was able to jump up and talk, of course we were a little starstruck. I know I was very starstruck. And I was like, DP, look at who's in this room. Oh my gosh, look at who it is. And he came up to talk, and what was so interesting, and DP kind of spoke to this a little bit today, is that he wanted to sit in the room with veterans. He wanted to come into the room as a veteran, not all of his accomplishments, the books he's wrote, or what he's been a part of, or who he is. He wanted to come in as a veteran, and it was just really cool to hear him say that he can relate to us, and in the industry that he's in, most people don't know that he is a veteran, and he just felt comfortable and coming in the room and sat with us for a while, and is already on DP's schedule to do a one-on-one interview, so more to come with that. But what's hard is all these people we meet are so amazing in their own ways. The different things that they do, the different things that they're a part of, and it's just been so unique to see the community of veterans and what they're doing from, all over the world, active duty, reserve, pendants of veterans. It's just really cool. Yes, like Bill said, it's a common bond, and there's just that level of comfort where people just feel like they just wanted to come in. We even had somebody that wasn't a veteran but said that they loved the way that veteran rooms feel, and they love the conversation, so they just wanted to hang out with us. So it's so unique, and it's different, and people can share and talk, and it kind of takes away the intimidation factor, I think, of some people not wanting to do the face-to-face, or the intimidation, I guess, that comes along with that sometimes. So yeah, I think it's amazing. It's kind of addictive. I think it's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna start scouting some talent. And
so as you see, we have shifted.
It's going to be a thing. Mark my words, gentlemen.
All I know is we're here now. We have shifted into a whole new instance here. Amy is centered ready, has her little microphone there, so we don't know which way she's going to be moved in her music, but we'll see.
Yes.
She's on stage. Yep.
So this transition was brought to you by Microphones and Karaoke of America that we just made up right now. So if you guys have,
thank you very much.
Are you taking requests? How's this working? Just so I know. So we have the transition. We're set up here. The question now is, ¿Cómo se dice how? How are you going to take suggestions? Do you have an idea? How does that work?
I think I have an idea. I ran it by the girls, and they are not. Well, here's the funny thing: they're here with me this weekend, so they don't want me to sing.
You know what?
But
let's go back. We just left. We're back. We're back to normal now. We've left karaoke time.
Yeah, they don't want me to. But when they're with their dad and they're watching it, they want me to sing. But now that they're in the house, they don't want me to sing tonight. They said not to.
That sounds about right.
Actually, my youngest just informed me that she actually never wants me to sing.
Well, you can't say that they're lying, so that's a good thing there.
That's an unqualified no on her part. Okay.
Was there a time that you were with Jay?
Now here's a setup.
Was there a time that you were with Jay that he may have been participating in a PT test, doing push-ups?
There was.
And were you a supportive battle buddy or not?
It depends which one specifically. So Jay has been the recipient of a lot of interesting moments. So in the comments we have, one of my brothers, we go back about 20 years, literally, my brother friggin' for a while, and we've deployed together, served together, and thankfully we're still able to stand each other. So that says enough in itself. The story I told last week was what happened when we got into country.
Horrible.
In country, what happened was we're in Kuwait. He goes to the PX to buy something, and his card got declined because he's out of region. And of course, me being the best friend that I am, I laughed from a deep place. They say those that laugh that hard may be dealing with pain. So all the pain went away for that one moment, and I literally laughed from a guttural place. And I proceeded to leave the store, and I left him.
He left him there.
He did not need what he was trying to get. So nope, that was a sign, from your creator that you did not need that. And I left him there, and that was a true story. Anthony Morales, who releasing the video tomorrow, we went to recruiting school together. Back in the days I was a recruiter. He informed me that there was an instance where apparently that same thing happened in Little Rock, Arkansas. So we had another buddy of ours who was a recruiter. We went to go eat somewhere. The funny thing is, our buddy, he was, suave, and it's just like, everything is good. I'm the older guy. All my things are in place. Well, he was out of where, his home was, so we were going to a restaurant, and his card got declined because he was now in another state. Sure as heck, I began to lose my mind, and I'm just like, oh, here we go again. And literally, he's like, but we did pay for the meal, and he was able to eat. He was embarrassed and all that stuff, but yeah, the salient point in all this is don't get your card declined around me because I'm going to laugh at it. And how about you?
Wow.
So it's the PT test. What was it?
Wasn't there something about, were you guys going through the airport and his knees buckled and you left him there laughing?
So we
laughed
left
at him and you left him?
No. We left Kuwait. We're in Iraq now. We're settling into our little living spaces, and he had a tough box, and he was moving his tough box with all his things from point A to point B. His knee may or may not have given out. At which point, my cat-like reflexes, I'm not as fast as I used to be, came up, and I say, I caught that, and I see that, and I begin to die laughing because he literally did like the Harlem Shake. He's like, whoa. The funny thing is, I did not flinch at all Because when someone is falling, the last thing you want to do is try to help. Like, I'm not trying to hurt myself. Like, look, you're broke. I'm halfway broke. If I try to help you, then I'm all the way broke. Like, I need to help you get back up. You know what I mean? So you fall 7 times, get up 8. You know, so I'm trying to be encouraging, saying, no, you get up. Like, you know, the Rocky movies. So long story short,
you told him something about him being too young for his knees to give out on him.
yes, I did. I said, first of all, this is not good at all. It was at that moment I knew I was writing a buddy statement for that claim. I knew that it was going downhill from there. And I was like, this is not good at all. And but luckily he recovered. He caught himself that he did give out, and he, you know, kind of stumbled, but he didn't fall. So I just kind of encouraged him with laughter and pointing fingers and, you know, ridiculing him for a minute, because that's what real friends do. But yeah, we've had some we've had some moments. But the PT test one, well, it depends which one. So I might need some context, because Lord Almighty.
I believe it was the one that he said he didn't pass.
Well, there was a lot of those. So, what exactly?
You're just telling a story about
Yeah.
you tried to get him to run.
Yeah. You know, I did my part. You know, I used to dabble in the runnings, right? And needless to say that you know, he needed some support, and I supported him. I want to make sure he passed. But yeah, we had some interesting moments. I'm sure he'll pop up in the comments here shortly with that one. So, memories of times when we were kind of.
Wait, is this which one I'm eating?
That's the one. The
Asian beef.
The beef.
Right.
The veggies.
Yeah, the veggies. All right, Jay's taking over the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Right there.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Are you serious?
So what is that you just pulled out?
Utensils? I don't know. This is the.
Okay, what do you hold up to the camera? What you are seeing? What is this?
Really?
The camera's right in front of you.
This is the Asian beef strips.
All right, delicious.
Oh my gosh. I all of a sudden
Hold on for a
don't feel
second.
good.
Wait a second. Let's go ahead and
Tear it up.
no, forget tear it up. I need to zoom into this one, because there's just man. Look at.
Well, we still have more to be put on this plate.
What did you say was in the previous bag?
Oh.
Look. Freeze frame that one.
Asian beef strips.
There's a pain in her face, man.
And
I
this
know.
No.
There's someone out there right now. I'm gonna use my intuition.
Oh my god.
There's
Feel
someone out there right.
this.
No, wait. I know right now. Look at her face. Look at her face, people.
I'm not eating this.
You are. Capri will come and bust your ass.
Yeah.
No, this is
Capri is at the airport. This right now is making Capri feel so good inside.
I feel hot.
This
I
She's feeling fake. She's gonna pass out.
Oh, my pressure. Oh, Amy is not Spanish, but she literally is channeling in the spirits. Mijo, come get me, Mijo. She's like, wait, what?
Okay, now what's in this container?
Really?
What is this?
Mango peach applesauce.
Oh,
That's some fancy stuff right there. Capri said, savor
Nice.
some. Jesse in the house. Let's see what we have here. Mary,
There is cookies!
Oh wow.
Yes!
There's the dessert.
Patriotic sugar cookies.
That
oh
just
man,
sounds-
I feel hot, bro.
I think this. I'll
Can you
take
see my
this.
face?
Patriotic.
I feel like it's getting red.
No, we gotta let her have a reward if she can knock this down.
So I think you can put it back regular, because she's lifting it up now. So I think you're.
Oh no, you gotta tell them what's in here.
Chunky peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter
Chunky
crackers.
peanut butter.
Chunky peanut butter.
Yeah, you gotta eat the whole thing.
That's right.
Log you up.
You'll be chewing on that all night.
Oh my gosh. Wheat snack bread.
Yep.
So I'm guessing this
That's
is for the
token
peanut
hazard.
butter.
Yep.
The label's not there, but it's a token hazard.
I hope you have some water or something nearby.
Can I get some water or wine, maybe?
No. You have to survive what's in there. You're lucky.
The Air Force would let me drink wine.
She doesn't get that either. If there's a juice mix, get a lot of water. We're going straight.
There is a juice mix.
Exactly, there is. That's the point. You are living off of the MRE.
All right, so what's in this little pack?
What is that little package?
What's that?
Okay.
Because there may be someone like you who doesn't know what these things are.
Here you go.
No, I'm gonna do it the Air
she's
Force way.
gonna do it the
Air Force
hardcore.
way. The Air Force way is room service.
She's gonna field script that thing.
Okay, so raspberry.
Oh wow. They got
So I just
Kool-Aid
need a
these
bottle-
things.
Can I get a bottle of water, please?
Okay, hold on. How many people will get this? You feeling kind of sick? Here you go, handle these.
Oh, wait a second. Support has come in. What do we have? Amy feels sick. Doctor recommendation, pass it down. A bottle of water. Everybody knows what that means. And a change of socks.
What?
It's prescribed by every army doctor ever. Drink some water, change your socks, like a Motrin. Motrin's on the counter. That's all you need.
You
You're fine.
guys, wow.
No, it's just your Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay, you
so,
still have a
So
couple of
I
things.
got milk chocolate
Lisa
cocoa
is dying
beverage.
for the record. I hope you know this. She's enjoying every piece of this. I may or may not be zooming into your face every time you have one of these reveals.
Milk chocolate cocoa beverage powder.
Man, this is upscale.
This is
Allow water just. Oh, this has to stand for 30 minutes.
yeah, that's like a milkshake thing. We don't do that. So first of all, directions.
Canteen cup. 1/4
We don't read
canteen cup.
directions.
I want to know where the
Fill line.
coffee is so we can do some
Okay.
Ranger coffee here.
I'm gonna say this is Capri. You have to suck it out of the bag, Amy. Suck it out of the bag.
Hey,
You put some water in there.
is this a warmer?
We're not gonna use the warmer.
No.
I don't.
Now look, you can't make up rules.
I got 3 kids and a wife waiting for me. I have to get back home. Legend has to see his 3rd birthday. This will destroy us. I don't know how, but you're gonna do it.
No,
And then you're gonna be held liable because it's on camera.
We will not be able to get out
here's
the front
thing.
door.
If we're being fair, I'm agreeing to this, but let me do it how you guys would have done it, which is
Without the warmer.
Actually,
Exactly, because that was not. You ain't got time for that. You got 5 minutes. Swallow, taste later.
I've never had an MRE that had a warmer in it.
and grape
So,
jelly. Okay, so I got peanut butter, I got jelly, I got the cracker.
What is the thing that you least like of your options? The main course.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not here.
Yeah, it is there. Don't try to hide it. She is literally. The camera, please. Tell the camera. She is
No,
literally.
it's not
she
here.
She just slid the main course under the table.
Oh no.
She literally tried to throw it down.
Legend wasn't even coming near that.
Yeah, he's like, nah, screw that noise. He says, because who doesn't want chocolate milk with Asian veggie and shrimp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who comes up with these?
Hey,
This,
how does one?
I just want. Can you please zoom in on this? This is disturbing.
Let me see. What's right here?
Yes.
Oh, this is the good stuff
That's
right here.
good stuff right there.
That is, yeah. I feel the strip right here on top. That's a good little chunky strip.
Oh my.
Hello. Hey, look. This is one thing you have to, in all seriousness. Fun fact of random military things.
Look, nobody said I had to eat all of it. I get to pick what I eat.
Capri said everything. Suck it out the bag.
And
Suck it.
And you got to be aware of the orientation of the bag, so the tear is across.
There's a
This way.
yes. There's gonna be a mess on this table. All this equipment that gives you this show that you may or may not like is about to dip completely.
So I have
And
a.
she's got her cloth.
Do I get?
She
where's
can
the
spread
bag?
that out to
Can I
create her
spit it
I'm
own.
gonna
back
give
in the
Amy a
bag?
fun fact, and for those that may not know, one good thing about these, scientifically proven, these MREs right here, the consistency is the same going in as coming out. Makes your body not have to stress itself and doesn't affect your IBS. Same consistency on the way out. You're welcome.
There you go.
All of a sudden, don't feel like this is a fun idea anymore.
Capri, if you use the warmer fly girl, I would never let you forget it. You wiener.
Hey, look! It came in there for a reason.
But see, we don't have the rock that's on the instructions.
Exactly,
So-
because it's supposed to be slanted up against a rock. A piece of rock it is, not the actor, by the record. All right, so let's go ahead and start the process. We got a bottle of water. Let's mix up the juices.
No, we're gonna follow the rules. This says
She's
to
gonna
heat
try
it.
to use this inside.
Why does this look to me like it's about to be... All right, let's do this real quickly. If you're watching, yes to the heater, no to the heater. Comment yes.
Look, you guys
Or
need
no.
to be fair. I agreed to do
We're
it.
giving the people what they want. They asked for this. We didn't ask for this.
That's right.
We're mixing the juice.
And don't forget, you can chase that down with this mango peach apple sauce.
Hello. right from the
Thank you, Brian.
So she is mixing the juice. There we go. Now we're setting up the table.
Nice.
Now we're cooking.
I feel
Capri is my spirit person now. No, you save that shit in case you get cold when you're out in the bush crapping later. That's what you save the heater for. To warm your ass up if you have to go do something. Capri keeps it real. We should do that Capri facts.
Yeah, we should do Capri facts.
Someone said yes to the heater.
Yeah, thank
God
you.
damn it.
Who was that?
Who was that?
Let's see. Remove the MRE pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we go.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I'd like to get back to my wife and kids. I think they may miss me. Probably more than service dog. What are you doing?
Oh,
Lord.
my.
You're not supposed to do that.
It just said remove it.
No, after it's done cooking, you put it in the water, you fold it, it pressurizes when it's done, then you cook it and you take it out. You already broke it. You cut it after it's heated.
Well, where am I going to put it in?
Oh my god, because the top would have been...
Oh.
Out here. It's too late.
Well, we tried to use the heater, people, but she broke it, so...
Oh, Jesus. Fine, whatever.
We saved the house.
Kenneth said no. No one has ever time for a heater.
Not true.
Q said no for a heater.
Q?
Yes.
No, he doesn't get to vote.
He did. It's on here. I have it on the screen. No to the heater. Q. I saw him walk to the computer. What do you taste?
These are good.
Okay, now she's starting with the dessert.
That's usually how it goes, though.
Okay.
Let's be honest. We eat them.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, these
What
are
is
good.
that?
These are patriotic sugar cookies.
Patriotic sugar cookies.
So they're
Those would
broken
be good.
up, but it was a star.
Amy, it's better than an in-flight meal on a C5. That is also a true thing.
That is true. And look,
Yeah, I like how you're avoiding everything.
She's avoiding the main meal.
Don't avoid. What is this about? What
I
is
gotta
this?
get a
This is the
chaser.
applesauce.
That's the applesauce.
Brian suggested that I have a chaser.
Capri says you're going so freaking slow. You're already dead, soldier. Move, eat with a purpose.
Oh my gosh.
Capri said not today.
Not today. What?
We're pulling out 4 minutes.
Okay, now keep in mind that this is the top.
Yes. Is that where's your spoon?
Now where's your? Here you go.
There we go.
Have your
No.
utensil.
Oh,
Yes.
I can't do this.
Jay, we might need you again. It's about to get real.
What we got?
Wait a second. Can I zoom in?
It's gonna be. You're gonna enjoy this.
I think I got her. She's gonna break. Oh, look at her face.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh, it's
Yes, you
it is
can.
so good. She's never gonna forget this again.
Oh my god.
What? Oh, sweet Jesus.
This is not okay.
This is definitely okay. This
She's
is
got the bag.
for everybody watching.
Here we
Oh
go.
my
We got
God.
the safety bag just in case.
Look, I will sing.
No, you won't. Maybe after. This, for those that are
You
wondering-
guys,
I'm gonna give a disclaimer to people real quick.
this, can I get a close up of what this looks like?
Looks like little.
You gotta
little.
open that up a little bit.
This
more.
looks like it's Legend's food.
It looks like that looks like what Legend leaves after the food. Hello, that's numero dos. Capri said, "Suck it out the freaking bag.
No.
Suck it out the freaking
Oh,
bag."
no.
Wait, a disclaimer. Hold on before you start. If you're watching this, all X amount of you all, we may need to reach out to you for statements for the increase in her mental health claim, because this is going to F her mental health completely up. I see an increase in her future. We need buddy statements. Thank you all. BA, we have documentation.
This is why I
Trigger
joined
in
the Air
action.
Force. Because I shouldn't have to do this.
Why do you keep putting out? What are you
Because I'm hot.
she's
I'm already feeling
breaking out
sick.
into sweats.
Yeah. Now get that spoon and shake it around in there, girl.
Yeah, mix
Come
it
on
up.
now, give it a good little squirt.
Yeah.
Capri said, "Suck out the bag."
No, Capri. No. Can
She said
I'm
it said in caps, which means that it's loud and screaming.
So I'm gonna
Why are you eating? Why? It has strips in there already. Why would you do that?
She just put a cookie in the meat.
Don't try to scoop that out there. Don't mix the cookie.
Oh.
Take a spoonful of it by itself.
Yeah.
There it goes. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
We got a convert right here.
Roger Fuller said, "You're gonna wish you didn't break the damn heater now, girl." Yeah, now chew it. Nah, this is like those contestant type of thing. Like We have to see it.
Fear factor.
Exactly. Show the people your tongue.
Don't
hide it.
Don't forget, you got the applesauce
Yeah,
if you
the
need to chase it or the water.
Yeah.
Suck out the bag. It's like a go-gurt. Now the drink. That's gonna be real good too.
Yeah.
That is not good.
She just doesn't know what she's
The
missing.
question was, did you have any hot sauce?
Really?
That was a question. D Wade just asked, did you put any hot sauce in there?
D-Wade.
You know, I
It's
don't.
a valid question. Is there hot sauce in your packet?
There wasn't even hot sauce in the packet.
That is kinda weird
Man,
it's not
that's.
in there.
I tell you what.
It makes it better.
When you find-
Did you just... What was that?
But we do
What
have.
was that? This is the best part about being live. She had a whole other compulsion.
Why is my son really bringing...
Show the people what your son gave
Really?
you. Your offspring. Show the people. They need to see this. We're live and in charge here. Look what just came. Q brought this. It's the hot sauce.
Really?
Well, it's family. It's support.
He's helping you.
You can't turn it down now because they give it to you. What is that?
Everything's better with hot sauce.
Ugh.
I am like triggered.
I, for one, would so die if she barked. Oh, trust me, the show ain't over. The show ain't over.
And we do have slow-mo on this, right?
We do. Jesse, sea rations when I was in no MRE was I was the spoon. Suck it from the bag.
I'm not doing that.
Well, you did the other one.
Well, that's because, yeah.
Jay is commenting
Hold
in
on.
person. No. Don't fight it.
I'm gonna move my phone just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah. Let me get a quick zoom in here.
MRA reaction.
Can you guys all get a thank you bite too?
Hey,
We are changing
That's
the
golden to me.
call out. If there is a medic out there, please just make notes. Let's see.
barf cam Capri.
Bree said this is the barf cam close up. Someone said first claim IBS, then go for jury. Technically, both sides. Yeah.
One more bite.
Capri said, what? Is it gonna be like a real bite? Because you did like a bullshit bite. That concurrence was the sun. Oh crap.
Don't forget your water. You got there just
There it
in
is.
case.
Zoom in.
All right, I'm
and
gonna
your
get this
applesauce.
over with. Let me get my water ready.
What is that? That's not gonna help.
Yes, it's
the cause.
cold. It makes me feel better.
Really? What's you take a bite?
Got
No
my-
wonder that thing was. The package was a little bloated. You know how that gets whenever it's aged a little too long. No, I'm just kidding.
Package 75. John remembers it. Here we go.
Oh yeah, man. You don't. I've opened up bad sea rats before. You don't want to do that.
All right, I'm done.
Now imagine this is all you have to eat for many days on end. And the great thing is you could do a swap thing. So
That's right.
did y'all catch that? Look at that! Look at the face. Oh my God!
Now she can swap for some chili.
Yeah, like this is where you're supposed to swap for stuff. Like, all right, what we got in here? Let's start swapping freedom cookies.
All right. Maybe this
The
one has
cookies are not bad. The peach mango is
Did you literally just have shivers still? Are you
yes.
still-
That was not good.
Airport. Let's see here. This is Capri. I'm not reading it. You see it. Capri said it.
Let me see.
You're gonna have to read that one for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not reading that. That's your girl right there. Oh Lord Jesus, what just happened? Did you see the comment?
Let me see.
It's literally right here in front of me.
Oh,
Yep.
I did not read it.
this is cute.
Wait, what about the bread says? There it is.
Oh my God.
There you go. Take a bite of that one.
Put the peanut
I'm
butter
gonna
on
put
there.
peanut butter on it.
And this is when keep it
There ain't enough water in that bottle to help you with that.
Really?
Watching everyone's face makes mealtime army fun. That's the damn truth. The jalapeno cheese spread was always a nice surprise. That is actually true. Did you ever try that little jalapeno spread? Let's see. Jesse said a spoon was a cook didn't have to eat what y'all ate. All right, let's see.
This is.
Can you talk?
Creating space, and if we understand that, it makes sense. It's not just, oh, I'm a comic, or oh, I'm an artist. No, it's literally saying we're trying to communicate what sometimes words cannot alone do. But I want to pass it to you, Joe, to talk about that, because I think, especially in the comedic space, there's healing and there's therapy in letting that out. Because for some, especially veterans, you know, and we know them, right? It's like, oh, I'm just a grumpy old Vietnam veteran and I don't laugh and and it's just like, dude, you have so much hurt. You're still a 17-year-old kid that deployed to Vietnam in the 60s. You came back and you might be older now, but you've never let out a lot of those things. You haven't let yourself feel anymore. You haven't had a good laugh in a while. And I think the power of art, to see it visually, for some, it just hits you different when you understand. Like, I can relate to what you put together. Those boots, Maria, they speak to me, right? To you, Joe, what you're able to do in this space and have that release for someone, I think it's powerful. But I want to ask you, what's your take on that? Because again, I say stuff sometimes, but having an artist and a comedian with us and just artistic people and creative people really just kind of, you know, doubles down on that point. So I want to hand it off to you on that side, brother.
No, that's extremely well said, DP. No question about it. And Maria, to you as well. That's hard to follow. You guys really summed it up. You know, my father, I don't know if he's still watching, Dad, if you're there. He did a great job he and my mom did a great job of really instilling in me a healthy respect for the fact that there's a lot of, you know, this country is far from perfect, but there's a lot of places in the world where you don't have any freedoms. And you know, my point being, even with all the blemishes that this country has, what we're able to do here and what we were supposed to represent, I think, was earned, and it was earned with great sacrifice. And so I've always had a healthy respect for the military. Like, I always knew I would serve at some point in my life. But what I think, to your point, TP, what I think I would say about at least comedy, because I do a joke about how, like, I don't have any stage fright. I'm very blessed. But I have, like, former explosive ordnance disposal guys and, like, Navy SEALs come up to me after a show and say, "Oh, dude, you're so brave. I could never do what you do." And I'm like,
what?
I'm just making wisecracks, man. Like, what are you you, like, defuse bombs for a living. But the thing is, what I really love to do is connect. It's like a connection, and through, Maria, you might agree, and even DP, for, you know, you and Amy and Brian, what you guys do here, we're creating human connections, and that's what ultimately I think gets lost in the modern world of, like, social media, and everybody's, like, got this anonymous, you know, this ability to be anonymous in your interactions online, and it's that connection that really appeals to me. Is I can walk into a room with, you know, the biggest show I ever did, I think, was 300 something odd people. I knew very few of them, but when I heard them all laughing, there's some connection that we made, or there's something that they could relate to in the you know, my goofball take on life or society or whatever it is. And I think when you're talking about, like, Maria, what you were talking about earlier with your suffering, that's so powerful, because that speaks to me. I mean, I wear this memorial bracelet for a friend of mine named Brendan Looney, who was a Navy SEAL who didn't come home. And I wear this every day as a reminder that it can all end. He was 2 weeks from coming home from Afghanistan. 2 weeks. And his helicopter crashed into a mountain. It can all end in an instant. Whenever my time comes, I don't want to be remembered from an ego standpoint. I want to be remembered for like, I put more goodness into the world than I took from it, because I fully recognize, you know, I joke about having a midlife crisis or being an idiot for pursuing the arts, But that's a joke. I fully recognize I am so blessed to have the ability to do this because, DP, you hit the nail on the head. You got to pay bills. You got to put food on the table. And because of my family dynamic, I'm able to do and pursue what I love, but I'm also able to give back because the truth of the matter is I owe. When it comes to the universe, I or God or whatever you believe, I am in debt to that very much. I almost was a statistic. And if anybody, if you look online, you go to YouTube, type in Joe Gagliardi, Saving Lives with Laughter, and you'll see a piece that I did with Penn Fed Credit Union about suicide and about reaching out and about how you're not alone. Whatever you're feeling, whether you're in pain or you're thriving or whatever it is, you're not alone. And making connections with each other, whether we're happy and connecting with someone who's not so happy, or we're both happy, whatever it is, that human connection piece is so crucial, I think, to happiness and fulfillment in life, and that's ultimately what I get from the work I do on stage.
And I think that's powerful because if people understand, I think that's what's missing sometimes. There's a context that goes behind that. And some of the comments here actually, kind of validate everything that's been said here. MJ put a comment here that I want to share. The opposite of war isn't peace, it's creation, by Jonathan Larson. Which again, back on, thank you so much for that. One of the points you brought up here as well, MJ, was I know that my guided meditation, if you guys haven't heard her voice, she has a melodic voice, like she's definitely made for that. It's, you gotta check out Mary Jo when she does. But I know my guided meditations work when my veteran service dogs take a nap. They know their person is secure. It is the truth. Like literally, if you meet me in life, my service dog is, he's a yellow lab. He's 2 years old. He's amazing, but he is a ball of energy, and he is knocked the heck out. Like he's like, look, you're doing your thing. I'm taking a nap. I'm off duty now. You know what I'm saying? TMR concurs with the statements being said here. Eric did jump in and said, I challenge a statement, Maria. He's banned from creating art or singing. But obviously, that's tongue in cheek. MJ did make a point to highlight she is an Army Nurse Corps veteran. She served from 19XX to 19XS. We will leave it at that. I am not opening that kind of worms or getting punched today. Rosemary doubles down with you, Maria. Absolutely there. Lisa, coming back to Eric, you create social action. You can create social action and networking. Creative doesn't just mean music and art. It really comes in different ways. Jesse had a great one here that people wrote down. I heard this and it seems to fit here very well. Creativity is intelligence having fun.
Yes.
Let that sink in there for just a little bit.
I love that.
That is the comment of the day.
Fantastic. It is.
MJ said, look, I'm writing that down.
Have Rosemary, can we pull up her painting?
Mm-hmm.
She's
yes.
She's painting. I think it was when she was like 62. She was one of my.
She's on the auction. She's on the site as well, correct? Her piece is which is her piece? So I can pull it up here.
Playing the accordion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
2 years ago, I curated a woman art show at Columbia University. That was her first exhibit me back then, and I am always blown away with art. She is amazing, and she only started painting when she was, I think, 62. So, if you're there, Rosemary, maybe you could type in and talk about your painting. She made this from a photograph that she took from a homeless boy in Mexico. Yeah, hopefully she's there.
And I want to read, so for Rosemary's piece that we have here, Claymore Vets is proud to highlight this Navy veteran artist themed frame 24x30 water-based oil on gesso board as painted from a photograph taken of a homeless family in Tijuana, Mexico in the 1980s. The little boy was sitting alone playing his accordion. to see more of her art, you can follow this page. Rose has been practicing her art in PTSD art program at the Northport VA during the past 4 years after not painting for over 25 years. She also volunteers 2 days per week at the PTSD art program and approximately 8 hours a week for the VA volunteer office. 2 years ago, she exhibited her paintings at the Young Ballet for the first time at the VA Center for Women Veterans Art exhibit in collaboration with Veterans Art Venue at Columbia University. Amazing.
Wow.
That was such a cool experience because her family came, her grandkids came, and like this was the first time she's been exhibiting artists. And I had 18 or 19 women across eras. You know, from World War II up till now. Like the youngest was 18, and it was so empowering to see all these women veterans feel seen, you know. So I'm so glad, Rosemary, you're here. If you want to talk about your art, I'm sure people will read it. So if you want to, you know.
Yeah. And again, for those, the link, we have it, again, we'll have it in the description and the comments as well to all the amazing art pieces that we have here that we want to highlight as well. So we have some information that I want to make sure that we make a point to speak on. We showed Joe's piece as well. Let's see here. We have this one over here, Everlasting piece. This is amazing. This is by John Brooks. Let me pull him up here. So Claymore Vets is proud to highlight our next Army veteran artist, John Brooks, Juan Brookstone. Everlasting is an acrylic painting, 36 by 36 by 2.5 unframed. While service to my country and community is a big part of who I am, so is art. Art is my creative space, my therapy, and in my DNA. In fact, my easel is the same easel used by my great-grandmother 100 years ago, and more recently by my mother. I'm connected to each of my paintings in a very personal way. And again, that's when you see something like this, right? Understanding and reading that and hearing that, it really just kind of goes and makes us that much more real and personal. That something that rich in history not only has that history of the easel, like the fact that that's been in the family, but this is one of our people. You know, like this is the amazing part of being able to even have this conversation and showcase art like this. Just amazing. And we see here on the silent auction the way they work. I'm not going to explain, so Maria explains to us how silent auctions work. I'm assuming they're anonymous since it's anonymous and silent.
Well, I mean, you can choose if you want to be anonymous. You can put your name up there, but basically you can bid on increments of $10, and once you have bid on a piece, if you get outbidded, you'll get a text and we're like, hey, you know, you got outbidded. It was so exciting to see this painting go up because it started as soon as we put the link up, it went to like 100, and then when I'm like, hey, it's 300. I'm like, no way. And then like I look at it.
I love them all, but I especially love abstract. This is amazing.
Let's see, which is
and I can't get over the spray painting. How you did that with spray paint,
right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you guys. There is one DP I wanted to, if I could point out. You see the Moto heart?
Yes.
The Moto is. Yes, she's a dear. Stephanie Klein is a dear friend of mine, and that is such a phenomenally creative piece. She made that quilt out of her old, each one of those panels is a piece of one of her old Marine Corps uniforms. Wow. That is so phenomenal. I love that. Wow. That is so creative to me because it's so personal, right? You talk about that connection. Mm-hmm. Those were pieces of the uniforms that she wore serving her country, and now it's a quilt that can be displayed or keep you warm or whatever it is. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, I did. So to Stephanie's artwork here, this woman's Hearst History Month Claymore Vets is also proud to highlight this amazing Marine Corps veteran artist and producer, Stephanie Semperfi. Ma'am, this amazing hanging quilt is 20 by 21.5, hands sewn out of her uniform. Amazing. And amen to what MJ just said here, which is the story behind the canvas draws us to the art. That is powerful.
And a cool thing
So
about
true.
this belt, someone messaged me on Instagram on the Claymore Vets account, and I mean this is before the auction went off, and he's like, "Hey, please make sure that you send me the link for this quilt because I've been eyeing it." And so as soon as I went up and I'm like, "Hey, it's up," I have a feeling this is the person that was like, "This is mine." You know.
Laying claim to it.
Yeah. So.
Let's see. So we saw Everlasting Rainbow Landscape. Let's look at Until Valhalla. So this piece is by artist Stephen O. Pull up his information here. So let's see here. Stephen Evans. Claymore Vets is proud to highlight this amazing and versatile Navy veteran artist and kids author Steve O. Evans, who's as kind as he is electric. Check out this piece called Until Valhalla. It is 30 by 40 acrylic on linen painting. Again, just amazing to be able to see just, again, the story behind the art. We have one of our sisters here in the comment section. You may recognize her from Latina She Served. We got Liz in the house saying, "I love Claymore Vets." Yes. I love this.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
he's awesome. He's a really prolific artist. He just had his exhibit at oh my god, I'm gonna mess it up. At some distillery. It was so cool. Like he did kind of a guessing game with his art, and he was like, "Hey, give it a title to it," and it was so cool. He also wrote a book for children. If you guys go on his page, you'll be able to see. Yeah, but he's super nice.
That's an amazing piece. My God.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Wow.
Wow.
And here's some of the other artwork and stuff that he does, which is amazing. So, yeah, this is cool. Like these are our people. That's what I just kind of keep going back to. This is our community. These are our people, and this is the goodness that resides in our tribe, which is again just powerful. Let's see. Did we see? Did we? No, we haven't gone to the eagle one yet. Let's bring up this one here. This is Claudia. Mm-hmm.
She's the sister of a Vietnam veteran. We had a lot of people reach out to us, because we wanted to keep it just veterans, but I think our family circles are so important to us. It is what keeps us going, so we wanted to honor them as well. And yeah, so she's the sister of one of my favorite professors too.
Oh, awesome.
I love this.
That's incredible.
This is awesome.
It really is. Let's see here. Claudia Claymore Vets is excited to highlight this amazing artist, Claudia Slater. She is the sister of Vietnam veterans. The eagle Gickley is 24 by 48, which is truly amazing. The detail on this is amazing.
Yeah, she's really very, very, very good.
This is awesome. And again, I love it for those that love the art. You have the ability to click on their social media link on each one of these and see more of what they're doing on their side of the house. So, that's amazing to me to not only see the art here, but be able to even follow the artist. We did see the Moto Heart and the Abandoned Piece. Here we have the Snowy Owl in Flight by Kimberly Taylor.
Wow.
Let's see here. So Kimberly, Claymore Vets is proud to highlight the amazing work of Kimberly Taylor Art. This is a 25 by 18 wide acrylic painting. She is a 100% disabled Army veteran with 4 boys. And we quote, "I broke my back during a training exercise at 18 in the Army. I am a self-taught artist living in Battle Creek, Michigan. I have a severe autistic son who loves to sit and work on his own creation right next to me, so my painting time brings me joy with not only painting but bonding time with my son. I've lived all over the world with the military and have gotten the experience of so many lovely cultures and people. I'm now home enjoying my retirement with my painting and working as a substitute teacher in the local school system."
Yeah, her style is amazing. If you want to go on her page, it was so hard for me to pick out of her submissions. I was like, oh, we have to do one. I want them all. It's really good.
Oh wow.
Wow, this is it's yeah. And again, for those that see it here, if you go to the auction page, you'll see the information for the pieces, and you'll also be able to see at the bottom the link to the artist and some of the other things they're doing, and even hearing kind of what she's done and how this brings her closer to her family and whatnot. Again, it really just shows more behind the art of what it means. So it's not just a static piece; it's a piece that is bringing amazing things here. We got Damokan here in the comments saying, "Hey, Joe and Andy." So we got people coming in and showing up. Yeah.
I think she might be one of the comedians that I just performed with.
Oh, awesome.
If that's Meek, say what's up.
Yes. So yeah, because sometimes we have like the little monikers on YouTube. So we'll stand by for a comment here after she sees or hears us. Let's see. We have Muse Argoni. Yep, she said yes. Yes, you are correct, Joe. Yep. Amen to what Jesse has said. So many talented artists. Damo says that is me. So here we have a piece. Let's see. By Ron. Let me pull up his. So Ron Erickson, one of the many talented artists. Let me zoom in here so folks can get the full experience. Oops, there we go. One of the many talented artists that we are proud to highlight for Claymore Vets Silent Art Auction. He is the director of programming for Frontline Paper with Frontline Arts, PCNJ. This amazing piece was hand-painted lino-cut print 11 by 14 on handmade paper made out of recycled uniforms by Marine Corps veteran artist Ron Erickson. To follow his art, you can find him at Ron Erickson Art. And as well, that'll be here at the bottom of the page.
The picture really does not do it justice. I have it here because I actually did a workshop with him a couple days ago. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh no, that is a whole. Hold on now.
Wait. There you go. It's amazing. And
created his own paper.
This nonprofit, they actually use uniforms. They cut it up, and then they put it through a pulp machine, right? Mm-hmm. And make it into paper. This was uniform.
Whoa.
Nah, that's
right? Amazing. And then we did workshop.
Is that the one that you broadcasted live, Maria, with you and the other gentleman? I did see you guys doing that. I was just like, man, that's pretty nifty, making paper.
Right? So they do paper, and then I was like, hey, Marine, let's get creative here. And then we ended up making a sculpture. This used to be a uniform.
That's pretty dope.
That's so cool.
Right?
Wow.
Oh man.
It's so great. So hopefully, now that the weather's gonna get a little nicer, we're gonna try to do workshops outside. But if you guys check them, they do a really great things too. Shout
out to you, Joe. Eric sent you a message via Facebook, as that's the page that I found for you. So, little heads up there. So that's awesome. And again, you having that there makes it look so much more real. The fact that it's like, oh, this was made paper. That's amazing.
Right.
Let's see. And we are coming over to Flowers in a Glass by artist Ashley. Let me pull up her. Mm-hmm.
That's of a Marie.
Let's.
Oh wow.
One of the youngest artists there, and she wanted to help us out. I think at 19 maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
Now this is amazing. And we have her page here on Instagram as well. So this is 18 by 10 gouache on paper, created by artist Ashley Elizabeth. I'm not gonna butcher her last name, but this is. And how old is she?
I think she's 19, if I'm not messed up. She's young.
But what I love about this is, I agree with Rosemary's point here. This is so cool. You need to do a Zoom workshop on some of the stuff because, again, I love the fact that you have artists who have been away from the arts for 25 years and are just coming back to it, and then you have someone who's 19. And I think that generational, range speaks volumes to just literally how this doesn't matter if you're old, young, in between. There's art and the ability to showcase, your talent here on so many ways. I love that.
Wow.
Let's see, and we have Summer Splendor by Miriam. Let me see if I have the
She's
right.
one of my directors. She's a treasure. Shout out.
Oh, okay. So, Claymore Vets is extremely proud to highlight the amazing photography of one of our treasurers, Miriam Charias. Summer Splendor is a frame photograph that measures 14.5 by 11.5. Amazing. And her information as well here can be found for her Instagram page of how to go ahead and get in contact with her. And when is the auction going to? The end date, I think, was what date?
Sunday at midnight. Cinderella time.
Oh.
Did on. Yeah.
And again, we'll have the link, the post that we have. But I think it's amazing just to be able to show that range of art in different ways and being able to just have this, which I think is just amazing. At the end, there's not much more I can say and add to that. MJ, this is wonderful. This is so wonderful to support Marie and Claymore Vets and highlight these amazing artists. Been on since 6:30. I'll say good night. So thank you for hanging out with us, MJ. Definitely appreciate you, hanging out and spending some time with us. Because again, it's just amazing to be able to do things like this. We literally had, as of 3 weeks ago, the Marine Corps rapper comes on. We had a whole listening party. Then we went to country music. Now we have, art. It's like, it's just amazing to be able to see all these different things that are available and happening in our community, and to be able to just showcase it, to new audiences and collaborate, which is amazing. Like I said, this is just eye-opening to see what you're doing, Maria, on your side, to be able to showcase folks like Joe and others and their art. So, like I said, I think it's amazing. Amy, what are your thoughts?
I think it's great. I would say to Maria's point about communication being key, and we kind of touched a little bit on this last week with Jess about sometimes it is not what you say, but what you don't say. Verbally maybe, but like Maria was saying, expressing yourself through something like creating art is amazing, and I believe it. I believe what she says about it. When I was painting that, we did that this week for spring break, and when I was painting, it was positive reflections, not so much negative reflections, and that I took away with what, sitting there and doing it and get kind of reminiscing. And it's easy for us to be caught up in the negativity of us serving because of what some people have went through, and we tend to focus more on that. But I think there's something to be said for just taking a step back and trying to be intentional on focusing on positive things that we did. And the positive, so I talk a lot about who I am now because of who I was, and that doesn't define who I'm going to be. But if it hadn't been for some of the stuff that I had gone through, I wouldn't be sitting here tonight, for sure. And so I think there's something to be said through that healing process of becoming, you know, on that road and to being a survivor, kind of, if you will, in any shape, fashion, or form. And so I really like that Maria said that. And